So today we are going to talk about a weather phenomenon known as El Nino. And so what happens in El Nino is that the trade winds stop blowing or like they get too weak. Like again this picture. These are the trade winds. Trade winds are the winds that blow over South America and push all the warm coastal water to Indonesia or like the west coast of Pacific Ocean. So this is normally how it's supposed to look like this. So you have no warm water right next to the coast of South America, and all the warm water is going to be on the west coast of Pacific Ocean. But during El Nino, what happens is that the trade winds are not blowing anymore. So we don't have any winds over South America, right? They're not blowing any coastal water towards Australia, and what ends up happening is that we have a lot of warm water right next to the coast of South America, but like not only right next to the coast of South America, but also all over in the Pacific Ocean. And now, how does it affect the fishes? It has a big effect on the fishes because, as I showed in this picture, so when the wind like they blow the coastal water to west coast Pacific Ocean, the cool water from the bottom of the ocean comes up and replaces it, and it has a lot of nutrients with it. So it has a lot of nutrients with it. All the fishes are gonna come up with it. So the fishermen are gonna have a good day. But what I like, not gonna have a good day. But what happens in El Nino is that we have no filling and we have all this hot water right next to the east coast of Pacific Ocean. So the fishes are not coming up. They're staying down here, and a lot of them are dying. Like say, the warm water was like still right there, and all the fishes were living right there. But now suddenly the warm water is like from like it's halfway to the ocean, and the fishes are trying to migrate, and a lot of the fishes die in that process. So the marine life is affected, and a lot of fishes die. That is like the one big factor. And to prove that, I have stats with me. So this is the fish catch chart from 1970 to 1999. And look at this. So in 1970, in La Nina, during La Nina, we have a lot of fish catches, right? Look at the chart. We have a lot of fish catches, but as soon as El Nino starts, the fish catches just like goes down dramatically, and like we hardly have any fish catches, and the fish catching like industry gets a big hit. And okay, so how does El Nino affect the atmosphere and the temperature? So here's how it does it. As I said, we have a lot of hot water right next to the coast of um on the east coast of Pacific Ocean, right? We have a lot of rain there because we have more evaporation, and evaporation helps rain. Okay, we have a lot of rain there, and we have a lot of, as I said, we have warm water all over the Pacific Ocean, so we have a lot of rain right there too. But what happened? Right next to the coast of Indonesia, like the west coast of Pacific Ocean, we don't have a lot of warm water, right? So that's why it's gonna be all dry and stuff, as you can see right there on the map. We have dry Indonesia, dry parts of Australia, and that means their crop industry is gonna get a big hit because Indonesia's crop industry, like it is dependent on its crop industry, and it's not gonna have a lot of food on it, a lot of food, and there's gonna be a famine, like people are gonna die of hunger. So that's not good for either west coast or east coast of the Pacific Ocean. And let's talk about what happens in the U.S. during the El Nino. So this is like the normal normal way of jet stream. It's gonna come from Pacific Ocean, and we got this high pressure blocking, and so that means it's blocking the way of jet stream, so it's like it can't just go straight in. So it makes it way over that area and like goes back down and goes to the Midwest and then goes back up to the Northeast. So that means we're gonna have a lot of rain in Midwest and Northeast, like New York. We're gonna have a lot of rain in New York and um, Kansas during normal events like La Nina. We're gonna have a lot of rain there. But what happens during El Nino is that we don't have that high pressure blocking area anymore. So what the jet stream does is it comes from the Pacific Ocean, goes straight into U.S., goes straight to the south states Like as you can see, it's going through Texas, Louisiana, Florida, and it's just going right through it. It's bringing a lot of rain right there, as you can see. And the Midwest and the Northeast are dry than usual. So that means it changes the weather in U.S. Like greatly, and so that's not good. And so like the technology they use to predict these events or weather satellites, because they can use them to like regulate the wind pressure. If the wind pressure is enough to make the ocean water move and like you know um, trigger the process of upwelling or no. They also use supercomputers because they can measure the temperature of the water, and if the temperature of the water is rising, that means um, El Nino is you know happening. El Nino is going on because the temperature of the water is rising. And another thing they can use is like the history of El Nino. Let's say it occurs like it has been occurring every 5 years for like last 30 years. So they have an idea that it may occur again after 5 years. So that can help predict it too. But like, so yeah, that's pretty much it. And the normal condition or La Nina is gonna be explained by my friend Trey Hayes. So